And really goes back to this idea that they kept obfuscating the contractors and then subcontractors, EcoHealth Alliance, Peter Daszak. And then from the very start, we've already got the reports on this, that it wasn't that they were sitting there. And because remember, of course, they told us, and of course, you pulled this out from your questioning of Dr. Fauci, that we were told that the reason for these gain of function experiments was that we would have a plan in place. We would have something on the shelf, an antidote, a cure, some way to be able to treat a coronavirus or something along those lines should one appear. Well, it seems that we didn't have one in place, but then we also go through the emails. They weren't interested in finding cures and treatments. It seemed like they were interested in pointing fingers and making sure that nobody found out what was going on in that Wuhan lab with Shizheng Li, the bat woman, the person who was in control of all of this. Why is it at this point, Senator, and maybe I should also ask, are you hearing more senators on your side of the aisle, of course, that are, or possibly even both sides of the aisle, that are interested in really getting to the bottom of the origin of all of this?
Well, the thing is there have been scientists, Dr. Fauci, who have said in the past that gain of function, trying to create viruses and make them more infectious, might help with a cure should we get a pandemic virus. Now, the three scientists I had in recently dispute that. They say that they're not aware of any gain of function research that has created any virus that later came about naturally or that we were able to develop any kind of treatment from. In fact, they say that the odds of it, the randomness of mutation being random, that there are millions of different ways that a virus can combine, and for the laboratory to guess which of the millions are going to come out of nature is remote, if not really impossible. The other thing is the way we're creating vaccines now through the mRNA technology, they can sequence a virus within days of discovering it's causing a pandemic, and they can create mRNA vaccines within weeks. So the old way we used to do this, we would grow the virus and grow it for a long time and then either discover its proteins and have parts of the protein we would inject as the vaccine, or we would attenuate or lessen the virus by irradiating it, and we would inject the actual virus. Those took a long time, but now the technology is much quicker, and the scientists we had in said that there's no real reason to have gain of function research. It's not worked in the past, and they don't expect it in the future. But here's the real rub. If you evaluate risks and benefits, and even if there were benefits, the people who oppose this, and I'm one of them, are worried that we could have a virus that has 50% mortality, that they're doing experiments that viruses that could kill half of the American population, half of the world's population, and then they're saying, oh, well, it's not aerosolized well, it doesn't spread through the air. Why don't we try to experiment and force its mutations such to make it aerosolized? One of the scientists we had said that this is a death wish for civilization. All three scientists we had came in and said that we should probably regulate this as we regulate nuclear centrifuges. You can't just go to the corner store and buy a centrifuge. You can't sell them to Iran or China or Russia. There are export controls. They think this should be treated as a weapon and that this should be very significantly guarded by protocols and or controls, and I'm all for it.